Kranthi, good morning. Thank you so much for your time. First up, let's actually talk about what seems to be setting the mood on the markets today. Of course, it is Sensex expiry, weekly expiry that we are talking about. But more importantly, you also have other cues coming in, including Rupee's slight recovery, if you can call it that, as well as Putin's India visit, which puts in focus energy stocks, defense stocks, as well as a few other sectors. So overall, what are you making of the mood of the market this morning?
Kartik, markets are trying to defend the range of 26,000 level, but
Yeah.
right now, as long as Nifty could able to hold on to the range of 25,850, that's where the support zone for the Nifty in a medium to short term. If the market could able to sustain this level, the medium to short term direction can be positive, but the sense and mood of the market at this point of time, Kartik, markets are not in a mood to run away anywhere. Just a week back, when the markets are trending at an all-time high, the mood of the street has been the markets are running for the new high. But the mood of the market is different. The foreign portfolio investors have been the net continuous buyers, sorry, sellers, my apology. They have sold a tune of around 280,000 crores till date, YTD basis. That has been creating pressure on the markets as well as on the rupee. That's where the rupee hitting a range of above 90 all-time low. That's creating some kind of a discomfort even to the MPC, which is going to take a decision on the key interest rate parameters are concerned, rate cuts are concerned. That's what have been weighing on the market. But by and large, what I'm going to look from the MPC is how the guidance and also the statements that comes from the MPC committee from the Reserve Bank governor. That's where I'm going to watch further. But by and large, this is a market typically buy on dips, sell on rally kind of a market. But the current the correction and consolidation in mid and small cap space is concern that offers some kind of a value in the mid and small cap space. But the main focus at this point of time is the IPO market, the primary market. That's where the money flows have been going up at this point of time. That's what the mood of the market at this point of time, Karthik.
All right. Of course, you mentioned IPO as well as the RBI Monetary Policy Committee meet. Let's take both of them one by one. Let's first stick with the IPO story. Meesho IPO underway. It opened yesterday and is going to be open until tomorrow already, trading at a grey market premium of about 47 rupees per share. Kranthi, what is your outlook for IPOs? While it is understandable that IPO momentum is sucking away some volume from retail investors' trades on the market, but IPO story, IPO frenzy in India, a good bet for Indian investors, retail investors at this point?
Karthik, as long as they are making money, the listing gains, it entices everyone because just within 1 week, one can make some kind of a listing gains. As long as this is going to continue, the frenziness is going to continue, irrespective of the fundamentals are concerned, because there is a euphoria and exuberance is there in the IPO market at this point of time. That's the trend. We can't go against to the trend. As long as the trend is going, one is making money. That is better, but one need to know when to pluck the fruit from the tree. When everyone makes listing gains, one need to know the right time to book some profit from the table. That's extremely crucial in IPO investing.
Does one know that the fruit is ripe enough to be plucked? Do you wait for a day? Do you wait for a week? How does one figure out that, okay, it's going to go this high and no more?
That is the challenge, Karthik. One need to know, look at the things and at the right time. Otherwise, many of the IPOs, what we have witnessed is they have rotten, and many of the IPOs, if you observe, nearly 60 to 70% of the IPOs have been still trading below their listing prices at this point of time. That's where the investors need to be little bit cautious and book some profit from the table and exit those counters.
Absolutely. Case in point being Ola Electric, but we'll leave that discussion for another day. Kranthi, you also spoke about RBI's Monetary Policy Committee and the all-important rate decision, which is going to come in tomorrow in about 24 hours or so from now. Now, there are some voices which are saying that perhaps the Indian economy right now could be a little overheated. Now, you remember Q2 GDP growth came in at 8.2%, but inflation has been absolutely low at just about 0.25% or so. So technically, looking at inflation, there is no need for RBI to cut rates. Even looking at the growth figures, there isn't really any external spurt that may be required to prop up the economy. So right now, do you think those concerns of the economy overheating are valid, and hence perhaps the RBI would be better off keeping rates steady?
RBI have a good time to buying the time at this point of time. They can still have time to wait for some point of time because there are no concerns for the growth. The 8.2% growth figure is fabulous. But at the same point of time, the inflation has been within the range and of the comfort range of RBI at a lower level. That gives RBI some more headroom to take any kind of a policy measures. But the lingering impact in between is the depreciating currency. If they act on that, that can further raise any concerns with respect to the inflation is concerned. So RBI can have the time to wait and watch mode. That's what we can sense. But there is a consensus view in the street that 25 basis points can be there, but everybody crosses their fingers how things are going to pan out tomorrow.
And what about the RBI's policy stance? Do you think it's time to change the stance, because neutral may not be relevant anymore, because the only direction RBI will take potentially in subsequent MPCs, even if it gives a rate cut a skip this time around, is going to be a downward correction in interest rates. So do you think there is need for the policy stance to change from neutral to withdrawal of accommodation?
Yeah, Kartik, that's where the statements from the MPC committee and the RBI governor is crucial.
Yeah.
What is their stance? As this is the just a pause or a prolonged thing with respect to the cutting the interest rates are concerned, how the stance they're accommodative. The stance is extremely crucial, but the RBI is concerned with respect to the growth as well as inflation is concerned. It is a double-edged sword. They are at a comfortable position at this point of time. But the key concern for RBI at this point of time is depreciating rupee because of various reasons. This MPC is much more pro growth. They can surprise the street at any point of time. So everybody crosses their fingers at this point of time.
Absolutely, Kranthi. Fingers are crossed. But of course, for once, it is not the FOMC which is going to act as a cue for the RBI, because the FOMC is scheduled only for next week, while RBI's MPC goes ahead tomorrow itself with the rate decision. But for today, thank you so much, Kranthi, for your time.